I've been traveling the world for the past 5 years, and every time I'd meet people on the road, they'd ask, "Where do you come from?" I'd always come back saying Lithuania, just to hear them go, "Eh?" Then I would spend 15 minutes explaining what Lithuania was, that it was actually an independent country, that we had our own language, and that we weren't located on planet Mars. At some point, it became a little annoying to have to explain the same thing over and over and over and over again. So I decided to make this video where I'll tell you everything you need to know about my beautiful country, so that the next time we meet on some random mountain in the Himalayas, you'll go, "Dude, I know what Lithuania is." So without further ado, here's everything you need to know about my gorgeous little country, Lithuania. Over 2,000 years before Christ, the Baltic tribes occupied the lands of the current Baltic states. These Baltic people traded amber with the Romans and then fought the Vikings. In those times, only one small tribe was known as Lithuanians, but it was this tribe that consolidated the majority of the other tribes. This process accelerated under Grand Duke Mindaugas, who became a Christian, received a crown from the Pope, and became the first and the only king of Lithuania in 1253. After his death, the Grand Duchy of Lithuania fell back to pagan ways, leading to a centuries-long conflict with the Teutonic Knights. In the 14th century, ruled by Grand Duke Vytautas, Lithuania became the largest country in Europe, stretching from the Baltic to the Black Sea. In the 16th century, a new threat came from the east, with Moscow rapidly gaining power. In response, Lithuania and Poland formed a Commonwealth in 1569. However, the Commonwealth lost a series of wars, and in the late 18th century, the country was divided among the three superpowers of those times, with the main Lithuanian lands falling under Russian control. By 1865, printed Lithuanian language was banned. However, knygnešiai, literally book carriers, kept the Lithuanian language alive by smuggling banned books and setting up illegal schools in villages. Then, after World War I, Lithuania managed to once again become a free country called the Republic of Lithuania. The short period of freedom was cut short again by World War II. Initially, Lithuania was occupied by the Soviet Union, then the Nazi Germany, but eventually fell back to the hands of the Soviet Union again. In this era, hundreds of thousands of people were killed or expelled to Siberia in cattle carriages. The Soviet occupation lasted for 45 years and only ended in 1990. A massive independence movement was established and made it clear that not even the Soviet machine was able to suppress the Baltic people's will for freedom. One of the biggest achievements of the independence movement was called the Baltic Way, which was a peaceful political demonstration organized in 1989, when 2 million people joined hands, forming a 600-kilometer-long human chain through the Baltic countries, thus demonstrating unity in their efforts towards freedom. Finally, on the 11th of March 1990, Lithuania became the first Soviet-controlled territory to restore independence and has been a fast-growing country for the last 28 years. In the 21st century, Lithuania has become a super fun European country that's been run by an awesome woman president for the last 9 years. She's so cool that even the President of the United States of America fights for her attention by shoving people around. Where are your manners, Donald? What's happening? We are disputably known to be the geographical center of Europe. Sorry, Poland and Ukraine, you guys haven't built a memorial for the center of Europe, so I guess we are the center now. Right here. Yes. And we are absolutely crazy about basketball. Most young kids try themselves out playing basketball, and some of them grow up to be great players, like Arvydas Sabonis, Žydrūnas Ilgauskas, and Jonas Valanciunas.
Vesely, up fake, strong move!
Even the Soviet Union's national basketball team at one point was comprised of 4 out of 5 Lithuanian starting players, and we are one of the only 3 teams in the world that have beat the United States at the Olympics after 1990.
Foul, Odom, and the United States has lost to Lithuania.
A tiny country of 3 million people no one knows about beat the United States of America at the Olympics? Oh, that must have hurt, bro. Our most famous dish is called Zeppelini, named after a Zeppelin airship. It's these huge potato pastries with meat inside and sour cream on top. We also have vedarai, which is pig's intestine stuffed with meat and potatoes and sour cream on the side. If you're looking to gain another few extra kilos, check out Žemaičių blynai, next level potato pancakes that are filled with meat and, yes, you guessed it, sour cream on top. Last but not least, let's not forget my personal favorite, the infamous, the legendary, the one and only, my boy Šaltibarščiai. Yes, your eyes ain't playing you. It really is a cold pink beetroot soup with dill, onions, eggs, potatoes inside, and of course, sour cream on top. Lithuania boasts 4 very distinct seasons. Autumn, when it's raining all the time. Winter, when you pray you won't freeze to death today. Spring, when the nature comes alive with the most magnificent colors. And summer, when everyone's out on the beach trying to soak up enough sun for the whole year. Spoiler alert, it never works out. Ooh, yeah! We have tons of lush forests, countless huge lakes, and magnificent coastal dunes. Also, don't forget to bring some next level hiking gear, because our tallest mountain reaches the elevation of 294 meters above sea level, making us one of the flattest countries in the world. Hey, that's it. That's the highest part in the country, right here. Snow-capped mountains, I'm above the clouds. What's happening? Oh! Let's try to make friends with the horse. We should become friends on Facebook now. I don't want to sound like I've got purple glasses on, but there are quite a few other really interesting facts about Lithuania that I thought you should know. Our capital, Vilnius, is one of the very few capitals in the world that you can fly a hot air balloon over. Apparently. Linguists say that of all the languages spoken today, Lithuanian is the closest to ancient Sanskrit, making it one of the oldest languages in the world, and also super difficult. Vilnius University was established in 1579, making it the oldest university in Eastern Europe. We also boast one of the fastest internet speeds in the world, and are sometimes referred to as the Northern European capital of tech startups. If your mouth is wet for that cold pink soup, and you want to get beaten by first graders in the game of basketball, or visit the very disputable, yet we have the monuments so not that disputable, geographical center of Europe, come visit Lithuania. These are my top favorite touristy places you should explore. First, the Castle of Trakai. It's a massive medieval castle situated literally in the center of a large lake, just outside our capital, Vilnius. This castle was built by Vytautas the Great when Lithuania was the largest country in Europe and was the political center for the whole country. The Hill of Crosses, a UNESCO World Heritage Site in the north of Lithuania that features over 100,000 crosses from all around the world and looks absolutely magical. Sand dunes of Nida, the only sand dunes in the whole country that are so beautiful and desert-like, they make you stop and wonder, where the camels at? And finally, the place where I was born, the one and only, another UNESCO World Heritage Site, the old town of Vilnius. It's one of the largest surviving medieval old towns in Northern Europe that features an absolutely legendary cathedral, a gorgeous castle tower, the Hill of Three Crosses, the Republic of Užupis, and tons of other cool spots. Now that you watched the whole video, you need to promise me 2 things. First, when you meet me on some random mountain in the Himalayas, approach me and say, dude, do you come from that really cool tiny country in Europe that has the best soup ever, or what? Secondly, post this video on your social media with the hashtag Šaltibarščiai and show your friends how knowledgeable you are about them tiny, gorgeous countries of the world. Thank you very much for watching the video, and stay awesome wherever you are in the world. Bang!